so today I'm going to try and make udon because I guess that's something I'm going to try and do. I have these noodles here. They say udon on them, and they tell me I have to boil them first, so I have water that I can boil them in. And I have to boil them for 13 minutes. This is going to take a while. So we better get that started. Right, so we have the one package of the udon, and we are going to put it into the water and put a timer for 12 minutes, and then we will check on it. And in the meantime, we have vegetables to cut up. So I'm going to start by just very slowly skimming some carrots until I get very thin strips. You can also use the potato peeler if you have one. I could not find mine. And so this is what we are going to do. We're going to do this slowly and carefully so that we do not cut ourselves. And this is going to take a long time, so you can come back in just a moment. Right, so this is the carrots that I have sliced very, very thin. So now I'm going to cut open this, and I'm going to cut some of the mushrooms. So some people like to remove the stem. I'm going to do that just because I think that it looks prettier this way. I'm just going to cut them into thin, bite-sized pieces. And it's okay if you are not very good at this, because really it's just making a soup, which is delicious and doesn't have to be pretty. It's good if it's pretty, but if it's not pretty, that's okay. It'll taste good either way. And so I'm just going to do this with maybe 4 or 5 of them, and that will be the mushrooms that we will have for our soup. And these can be used either as a soup base, or you can cut them up and they can also be added to the soup, but that would be up to you. And now we just cut the florets off of the broccoli, and we're doing it like this, just getting them off roughly. Don't worry if you lose a little bit, because I am sure you can clean that up later. So now that we have the rough chop up, we are going to try and make it so they're all about this size. So we go to the bigger pieces and we cut the little stalks off of them, and we do this. And it's pretty fast, you see. I'm pretty much done as it is now. You can do a little tightening up if you want, but really this is about what it is. And then you just want to cut up some green onion to go on top, and that is all of the toppings, veg-wise, for your udon. Because this is the pot that we cooked all of the meat that we are going to use in. It has garlic and a few other seasonings in it. We're going to add stock to it. We have 3 cups of each of these is 3 cups, so we have 2 of these we're going to add to it. That is the timer for the udon noodles, so we will get to that in just a moment. But right now we are going to add the stock into this. We have reduced salt stock here, but we've added lots of salt to this, so it should be fine. Just to make sure that it's balanced. We're going to boil this for a little while to make sure that it gets all of the flavors of all of the meats that we have cooked, and to make sure that it is ready to add to our soup bowls. Alright. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to turn this off. And this is the meat that we've cooked. We have chicken breast, we have beef roast, and then we have a pork chop. So we're going to slice these up, hands washed of course, and we're going to add them to each of the bowls, and then we're going to put the broth on top of them. The broth is just sitting and warming up a bit right now. It's going to simmer and boil just a bit, and then it will be all ready for us to eat. So you can see I'm just cutting all of the meats into slices, trying to get them a fairly even size and shape. We've boiled them, well, we've braised them for about an hour or 2 now. We try to make them taste good. You can cook them however you want. We added the curry powder and black pepper as well as garlic salt, and we've just boiled them in a little bit of chicken broth, which is now a lot of chicken broth because we added more to it. And that is how we cooked our meat, how it's sliced, and we are going to just separate it evenly into the 3 bowls and serve it that way. I'm going to take the noodles that are now all cooked, and we're going to put them into each of the bowls. There's just going to be a little bit because we're going to have mostly broth and toppings on our noodles. So you can do as many noodles or as few noodles as you want. So this is just what we are going to do. And so once you got that portioned, then they will just cool down a little bit. Don't make them too dry because then they might stick together. So try not to have them sitting here for too long. Right now we are going to finish the broth and get the meat cut, and then we will be ready to have our udon. Alright, so we have all of the meat organized into the different bowls, so we're going to add about 3 of these scoops into each bowl, and whatever's left over in the pan we can divide up, or we can decide if that is all we want and we can save the soup broth for something else. Once we are done with this, we'll go to the table and we will add all of our vegetable toppings. Along with what I cut up, we also have spinach and the bean sprouts that people can add to their udon if they want. But that is basically it. That is all I am doing for this udon because that is all that I know to do for the udon.
Boy, ain't right.
Well, there's our udon. We're going to eat it now.